Hey, 420 MSP. I'm locked in my house. Josh is locked in his house. So Josh Weiss, one of our analysts out of Southern California. Welcome back, sir.
Howdy. Nice to see everybody.
Hey. So I want to talk about something that you're schooled in down in California, that the cannabis dispensaries and/or the cannabis supply chain, well, it'd have to be the whole supply chain, are
The whole
deemed
thing.
essential services. What's going on?
I mean, it's pretty interesting as someone who, my first business about 25 years ago was when cannabis was not deemed an essential service. And so it's pretty interesting. Here we are in 2020 and I can actually order edibles. There's someone in my family who actually uses edibles for something medical. And it's pretty weird that while most businesses are locked down, I can go on an app and I can order edibles delivered to my door.
Delivered
Um,
to your door. That's a key point. That's not
yeah,
everywhere.
delivered to the door. I mean, this is a case where we actually needed to order them for a medical necessity.
Yeah.
And it's pretty wild that we've ended up in a place where this business that was considered frivolous and illegal, 5 years ago, is now one of the 16 or 17 industries that's allowed to operate under sort of a pandemic lockdown.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, I had a talk with, I believe it was Dwayne Roebuck over at Blue Star, my friend and yours, and on the essential services part. And we kind of went down this pathway that this will probably, after all the nonsense, but hear me out, this will probably accelerate nationwide legalization, right?
Yeah.
Having the ability to call this an essential service, that's a game
Yeah.
changer when it comes to legislation. Now,
Yeah.
this is not the highest priority for legislators today, but
I'm not exactly sure what is.
it's probably going to accelerate the adoption. And so the MSPs listening, I think the takeaway from this chat with you is the MSPs need to accelerate their entry into the cannabis vertical, because it's probably going to happen sooner than we thought.
Yeah.
A state coming to you. Hey, along the same lines, with all these adjustments based on the coronavirus outbreak, we have in the past talked to you about the meetup that you go to,
Yeah.
the investment meetup. So what's going on? They are now virtual like everybody else?
Yeah, well, I mean, here's what's interesting. What's happened so far, they actually started 2020 with a plan of launching a new podcast. And so where we've landed right now is that they're pivoting all their efforts into their podcast, which is, I think, this is something that we're seeing in every industry across the board, is a transition from physical to virtual.
Yeah.
So, I would certainly expect that we would also perhaps see a Zoom meeting, or perhaps see, they run their meetup off of a meetup.com group. If you're in Southern California, drop me a line. We can share that with you. So I would expect that we would see that community develop more online as well. But because they were launching this flagship podcast, the first thing that they've done is pivoted their efforts into that flagship podcast. And I think I'll be doing an interview. I'm doing a sponsorship, in the next month or two here as well. But, just if we're looking at the cannabis vertical during this weird time, and only in Los Angeles, in this one community, you can see the impact, where we had this community that was meeting up once a month. And now this has been shifted to an online sort of podcast only situation.
Yeah. Very, very interesting, my friend. Well, I'll tell you what, keep it safe. And thank you so much for giving us some time each month to talk about this.
Always nice to be here.
Thank you. Folks, I'll end on this. We are following the pathway that everybody is. Our early June online 420 MSP Cannabis Tech Conference is open for registration, ready to go. Josh is the speaker. So, all right, sir, be healthy. Or here. There we go. All right, bye.